I'll start off just talking about, I know you guys are going to ask about Anthony and JT. JT won't practice today. Anthony, we'll see on a limited basis possibly. We'll get him warmed up before we go out to practice, see how it goes.
What kind of determines, I guess, whether he practices, just how he feels?
Yeah, how he feels. Medical staff, see how it goes.
It sounds like he has made some progress, though. I mean, I know initially that thing hurt.
No, he's feeling really good. So we'll see how it goes today, see how the week goes.
You just need to see that he can play the position. I mean,
that's right.
Restriction.
Right. If he feels good and he's ready to go, he'll be out there for sure.
Shane, how much practice time does he need?
I think it's case by case, to be honest. Got a lot of faith in him, regardless of how much he practices. So we'll see how it goes.
So he can play without practicing?
Yeah.
JT, can you characterize kind of what he's dealing with? I know he's had that history with that ankle, obviously, but is he feeling better?
Yeah, he's feeling good. He's feeling good. So we'll see how the week goes for him as well. Yeah.
I mean, Wednesday's kind of typically a day that you guys give to anybody who's kind of dealing with something, right?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Shane, how do you all, I guess, absorb the loss of Taekwon and just kind of keep this thing rolling despite losing a couple of starters? Yeah,
it hurts, obviously, losing Taekwon. I won't put a timetable on his return, but gosh, what a competitor. He's battled through injuries his whole career. Obviously got another one. But, just like we talk about all the time, it's next man up. Go out there and go compete this Sunday.
Shane, a quarter into the season, what have you liked from your team so far?
I really like the resilience that they played with. We always I talked about it earlier, it's a long season. You start off 0-2, and obviously it's just, there's all the narratives like, oh man, they're 0-2. I mean, you could lose 2 in a row, week 10, week 11. We just happened to do it the first 2 weeks, and now we're sitting at 500, and I like the way our team's been battling. Obviously, a division opponent on the road is going to be huge going into Jacksonville this week, so I like the way they're fighting for sure.
Where do you want to see improvement?
Everywhere. I mean, obviously, we want to take care of the football. I thought we did that last week. Getting the takeaways, we got that. We got to continue doing that because, I mean, we talk about all the time, winning the turnover battle is huge in this league, and we got it done last week.
How have you kind of survived these defensive line injuries, and as you further erode the depth, just, is there a breaking point, or do you feel like you can weather?
Well, I think it's a credit to the guys in that room stepping up, and it's a credit to the position coaches, Charlie and Raish and Gus, getting those guys ready to play every week. I mean, that's this league, right? Guys are going to go down, and guys got to step up, and those guys have been doing a hell of a job doing that the last 2 weeks, and we got to continue doing that.
Jacksonville has not been too kind to this team over the years. Will you use that as kind of like motivation to try to get one down there this week, or what is the approach that you get ready for?
This morning when I had the team meeting, I talked about, the standard. And the standard doesn't care about how talented you are. It doesn't. It cares about how consistent you are and how disciplined you are. And we got to be disciplined and consistent in our approach every week. It doesn't matter who we're playing, where we're playing. I don't care that they're 0-4. They're a damn good football team. They've had some close games, obviously, that could have went either way. And we got a division opponent that we got to go beat.
Shane, with Anthony, I know obviously the game's moving fast, a lot was happening then, but just looking back, do you have any regrets about when you brought him back in or deciding to run him? Or?
Yeah, obviously you kind of look at that and it hurts. I mean, obviously, you bring him back in and the look that they had, we had 3 runs up and they went base defense, and yeah, it sucks, to be honest. It sucks.
Will this injury history impact your decision at all to play him this week?
No, it will not.
When you got a quarterback situation like this where you hope he plays it, where practice is at least limited, what issues does that do as far as preparation? Because then you've got to get Joe ready as well.
Yeah, I know that's the deal we got to figure out, obviously, as we're going today and tomorrow and the next day. But again, the mental reps, if he's in a limited basis, making sure he's locked in back there, getting those mental reps. And then when he is in there, he's got to go, perform, obviously, in practice and show that he's ready to go.
If you do need Joe Flacco, I mean, what did he kind of emphasize last week that shows just kind of how adaptable he is in these situations?
I mean, he's a guy that's been doing it for a long time, you know what I mean? And he went in there and operated. He's seen a lot of football, which is huge at that position, and he went in and did his job. And if he has to do it this week, obviously hopefully Anthony's out there. That's the plan. But if he has to do it again, we have faith in Joe to go do it.
Shane, the tight ends have been pretty unselfish this year, whether it's been run blocking or chip helping with a DN. Just how does Mo Alley Cox lead that room with that sort of mentality?
He's got great leadership. He's been doing it for a long time. Obviously a good blocker for us, but obviously can catch the football. And I talked about it before, like that group just being selfless. You know what I mean? We got some good wideouts on the edge, on the perimeter that can make plays for us. But when those tight ends get their opportunity, they'll make the most of it, just like Drew did last week on that third down touchdown.
What did Kenny and Ryan practice today?
Say that again.
What did Kenny and Ryan will they practice?
I'll just defer to the injury report on that one. Yeah.
Matt Gay, the long distance issues, has that impacted your play calling at all?
Nope, it has not.
Would Josh back to some of the motions that they use with him? Is that a skill like route running? Or are there certain guys that can do that and others that maybe can't?
I mean, he's pretty crafty at doing some of those things. But there are other guys on our team that can do that as well. But obviously, we do that with him probably more than anybody.
D coordinator down there, how much do you go back to last year?
I mean, you got to, right? I mean, it's a whole new system. Obviously, when he was in Atlanta, so you go back and look at all last year's stuff. You go back, obviously, and look at the first 4 games, see if he has changed certain things, and then you go from there.
What about their offense? I mean, they scored 30-plus on you both times last year. When you go back and look at that, what were they able to accomplish against?
Well, I think they're very talented. Obviously, they got the rookie receiver, Thomas, who's very explosive. The other receiver's explosive. The 2 backs, Bigsby, Etienne, explosive. Lawrence is a really good passer when you give him time. He can sit back there and complete balls with accuracy. So we're going to do a hell of a job, collapsing the pocket, keeping them in the pocket, and not letting these guys get off and run down the field.
Sam Womack got a lot of playing time on Sunday and seemed to play pretty well. You guys feeling like he's taking a step forward for you guys? Obviously,
yeah, absolutely. He's played a lot of ball, obviously coming over from San Francisco, similar scheme, but he did some really good things. Obviously had the PBU on the 1 third down right there, but he's playing aggressive, he's playing physical. We like where he's at.
Shane, when it comes to Anthony and playing or whatever this week, how collaborative is that decision? Like, could he say, I'm ready to go, and the team says,
Yeah, we'll work through it. We'll talk, medical staff, myself, him, and we'll work through it and see how it goes.